Well, I'm live. I'm gonna do this. I can actually tell you that this is my first actual live video. Don't have a clue what I'm doing and don't know if anybody can hear me or not. So if you come on, jump on and let me know that you're here so I know that I'm doing this right. Anyway, my camera mount broke earlier today, so I am using a small phone holder. I'm not sure how far we're going to get, but we'll see what we can see. So I'm just taking an envelope, a napkin, and a dried maple leaf that was actually something that I found in my mom's stuff after I was cleaning out some of her stuff after she passed away a few years ago. So I have a bunch of dried leaves that I'm going to try and use up and see where we'll get with them. So I'm going to open up my envelope so I can put the leaf in it and make it kind of like a faux specimen card, kind of, per se. So we'll just see how this goes and what happens. I had tons of envelopes sitting around, so I'm using up some of the supplies that I've had kicking around forever. You may hear more silence as I work instead of me talking because, like I said, I'm new to this and I don't really know what to say or how to do it. So I've opened up my envelope. I'm going to put the leaf on this part. I'm going to use a napkin to cover the other side of the page. I don't know how well anybody can see this, but we'll go with what we've got. So I'm going to take out part of the middle of the one side of my envelope. I'm going to just kind of cut into it and make a hole in it so that I can see the leaf through it. Or try to. Like I said, I've got a ton of these leaves kicking around, and my own kids and I have been busy in our yard and garden this year, and we've kind of done pressed some of our own flowers and pansies and stuff that I'll be working with at some point in time in the next little while. I'm going to grab my ink and I'm going to ink around the inside part of this. Hopefully it doesn't sound too scratchy on the video. There's my opening. I'm just going to slide my leaf in. I was going to put some acetate in the window, and I unfortunately can't find where it went. We had a big major move in and shift in some of those rooms in our house, and I've lost a few of the things. They're here somewhere, but just can't find them. So I'm just going to use a glue stick to attach the leaf. I found anything other than a glue stick and it'll just bleed through the leaf and you'll see the glue, and yeah, not so much fun. So I'm just using just a regular Yoo-hoo stick. And breaking the stem off the leaf as I go. I don't know how long these have been pressed for. I don't know when she did these ones, but we're just going to use them anyway. So my leaf is inside, and I'm going to re-glue the flap down. So just like a little window, I'm going to glue down the other flaps that are kind of loose on the envelope. I'm going to glue the edges only. I'm not going to glue into the middle part because I kind of want it to look like it's old and it's worn, and I'll curl up some of the edges and distress them a little bit more as I go. And I figured since this is my first ever video that I would probably do something that was pretty simple and pretty quick, because if anybody could see my face right now, you'd probably see how beet red it is, because I'm like really, I don't know that I'm not shy at all, but not having face-to-face is something that's new for this old lady. So we'll kind of just go with what we do, and hopefully it'll become a regular thing, and I'll be able to start teaching and doing all the things online that I used to do in person. So there's my first part. When I put this, I'm actually not going to use it as a pocket probably. This one will just end up going in a book with a paper clip on it, because I'm going to use a napkin on the back of it, and then I'm going to add a writing swat and make some spots, some other embellishments and stuff to put into it. I don't use Mod Podge very often when I'm doing napkins. I don't like the crunchy feel of it, so I just use my glue stick, and I will like saturate the page with the glue stick, and then I will put my napkin on and then go over it again with the glue stick after. So it stays kind of wet enough for me to be able to manipulate the napkin, and then this way it doesn't necessarily have to be as smooth, and it can be a little wrinkly and a little not quite so perfect as I would if I was using the Mod Podge. Trying to stay in the frame is kind of hard without having my other mount. It's such a pretty napkin. And then I'll just go over it again with my glue. I'm not going to cut this piece off until after. And wait for it to dry. I might mute my sound for a minute and turn on my heat gun just to dry the glue a little faster. And then we'll finish up the tag. This is a super quick and easy one. I've made these ones lots and lots of different patterns and stuff. You can do them in any kind of paper, anything that you want. They're super easy to make, and it's a really good way to use up some of your scraps. So I'm going to mute just so I can use my heat tool for a minute. I'll be right back. And we're back. We're dry enough to cut it out and use it. there's the leaf on the one side. It's all textured. You can feel it. You can actually tell that it's a real leaf. I may not actually put any acetate over the top of it because I like the feel of it. And it'll be squashed in the book, so it should be pretty protected anyway. And then our back, that's got some wet glue on it still, so we'll just kind of not actually put the journal spot. Yes, we will put the journal spot on it, but we'll do it differently. I'm going to forgot my paper. I'll have to find some paper. So I'm just going to take just a plain sheet of tea-dyed paper, coffee dyed, whatever you've got. And we're going to take a piece and kind of roughly make it fit without covering up the whole napkin. Kind of want to have space to see it. So I'm just going to adhere this, stick this on, and then we will get started on embellishing with some other stuff that I've got sitting here, and then do a little bit of work on the front. But I'm going to ink all my edges. And so since this is my first video that I've ever done like this, I've done lots of classes and done lots of teaching and working with people and making paper crafts for a very long time now. And since I've never done a video and I know that I talk too fast, anybody who's seeing my video, please feel free to comment and let me know what I need to improve. If I need to slow down how I'm talking, if I need to talk more, what I would talk about. Some of you might know that I'm raising my grandkids. I've got an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old. Makes life very busy, very interesting, and I'm also a full-time college student. I decided in the ripe old age of 52 that it was time for me to grow up and figure out what I wanted to be, and because being a Toys R Us kid isn't always enough. So I am right now taking a business administration degree, and then once I finish that next December, I will be moving on to accounting, and my goal in Canada is to become a certified journal accountant to start with, and then my ultimate goal will be to become a certified public accountant. Something that I can carry with me through retirement and do from home and do anywhere in the world. So that's a little bit about me. I'm happily married to my husband. We've been married for just over 12 years now. Wouldn't trade him, but I mean, we're all human, so I mean, there's days. He provides well, and he does a whole lot with all of us. 3 other grandchildren. I have a now 9-year-old, just turned 9, grandson from my middle child, and they have 2 other ones that are almost 3, and they'll be 3 in December, and then the other one is just over a year. Babysit them too, 3 or 4 days a week. So life gets quite busy. But creative being in my craft room, the creative space is the best place for me to unwind, relax, and do what I thoroughly enjoy doing. So there's a little journal spot on the back. I have some words and that's all I think I have is words for fall. I don't have a whole lot of stuff for fall. So we're just going to kind of work with what we've got. I will grab some stuff from my scrap bins that are right beside me, and we're going to kind of just make whatever looks nice today. So feel free to critique my videos and let me know what to do more of, what to do less of. I am ordering a new camera mount so that we won't be quite so close up and friendly. I have a label that says give thanks, so I'm just going to quickly cut it out to put it on the back. I can't see if anybody's jumped on. I don't know how to do this because I'm so new to using Facebook Live. Hi Lisa, I think you're on. I think. Bring who on camera? My grands are, one's in bed, the other one's watching her own videos in her room. She's a little bit of an antisocial butterfly at times. And the younger one's in bed. I think you were talking about my grandkids. I'm not sure. They'll come follow me. My 12-year-old quite often will craft with me and stuff, but tonight she just kind of wanted to be on her own, watching her own little things. We did our family time, and now she's just chilling. Social butterfly when it comes to her friends, though, for sure. Wouldn't trade the time that we've had with them. They've lived with us for just over 7 years now. Can't imagine my life without having them in it now. Not what I pictured myself doing at this point in life, but hey, we do what we can do and make the most of what we have, right? So my little tag says give thanks, and give thanks is something that we do quite often in my house. We tend to try and name what we're thankful for on a regular basis. So there's the little journal spot. And then we'll see what we can put on the front of it. I don't know what I've got that I can use. Wait. Lisa, you didn't actually say that, did you? Ha! I just figured out that I can add somebody to my live videos. I'll do that next time. So my ramblings are for nothing. That's okay, we'll go with whatever happens, right? So these labels came from a paper pack from Michael's a few years ago. There is a wall hanging in my dining room that's full of just scraps and stuff, and just a hodgepodge of stuff that I put together to make it a little pretty for my craft space at the time, and now it's in my dining room for the fall. I think I have some yellow fabric. It might actually work as a little tie. Little bow to put on the base of the leaf, and then put my little tag on, and then we're gonna say we're done the little tiny journaling spot. It's an easy one for somebody who's just starting out. And I haven't crafted for a little while between homeschooling my 8-year-old and going to school and just life. There hadn't been a lot of time for it for a bit, so we're just kind of getting back into going again. Thanks for keeping me in the group, and though I was on my hiatus. I've missed being here, and I'm glad that I'm back. A little rustic bow, and I'll throw that on with some fabric pack. Anybody have a garden this year? If you did, what did you grow? Let me know in the comments. We didn't have much of a garden this year. There was things were just too busy in the spring to plant. But my grandson did pumpkins, and he wound up with 6 little pumpkins, I think, that netted us 11 cups of pumpkin puree in the freezer for muffins and pancakes and pies and all that kind of fun stuff. Not liking that label. So I don't think I have... Oh, that one's nice. I've got one that says blessed instead of 4 colors. So just trim it down and stick it on, and then I'm going to sign off because I have a midterm on Monday, two midterms the Monday after, and then I have two large assignments that are due in the next week. So I'm going to head off to bed and get up in the morning and start all over again. There we are. Just a little journal card that can be tucked in with either just laid on the page, or it can be tucked in with a paper clip or whatever. Next time I think that I would probably find a background that the leaf would stand on and it wasn't quite so just black. But we go with what we have for right now. Thanks for watching. Bye.